I would like to introduce a friend of mine, and he's going to introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Armando. I used to go by the name of Cisco. I'm a Ghetto Brothers from the 12th Division.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born in Cuba. I came here in 1969. You know, as soon as I got here, they sent me to school because of my age and all that. And I was in the sixth grade in Cuba, which is a whole different education than over here. And from here, they said because of my age, I had to go to junior high school, and they sent me to junior high school 117. That was it's on 176th Street and Morris Avenue. And when I started going to that school, it was real cool. I enjoyed it. That was a crazy school because there was a lot of kids in there. It was all mixed. At this time, the Bronx still had a lot of white people. In my neighborhood, we had a lot of white boys. They all became members too, or the Ghetto Brothers. You know, but in that school, the first thing that I noticed, besides the older kids and, you know, there was a lot of action going on, was they had 4 gangs.
Right.
Literally 5. They had the Black Warriors. There was a group that was there. I remember seeing the colors, the Black Warriors. I don't know where they came from, but I know they were there.
I heard that they were part of the Spades, the Black Warriors.
They were always together with the Spade, because the 2 presidents of those particular gangs, I don't remember the name of the guy that used to be the president of the Black Warriors, but he was always, I mean, you see one, you see the other one, he was always next to the president of the Spades in that area, or in that school, which was Mitch Green.
Yeah, Blood.
Mitch Blood Green.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Mitch became real cool friends.
Right.
That's another story. Then you had the Javelins,
which was
the Screaming Phantoms.
Which was the 8th Division Royal Javelins.
And the first division on the Screaming Phantoms, because they used to be on the other side of the Concourse,
right,
from 176th Street.
But the Royal Javelins, they were under Johnny Javelin. That was the 8th Division. They were a big division.
A lot of them came from Morris Houses, Morris building right there on Grand Concourse, that big building. Yeah. They had a lot of members there. A lot of them was Javelins, and I got to know them. And I was they had a Ghetto Brothers division also there. Well, they used to come and hang out. They used to come from Claremont Park, because I met a lot of people from Claremont. They were Ghetto Brothers, and some of them was brothers and sisters.
Right.
I met a couple of Majestic brothers.
Right.
You know, because they came to that school, and that's who I hooked up with.
Right.
That's how I became a Ghetto Brother.
Right.
A guy by the name of Primo, he wanted to start a new division, and because I already was talking to so many, hanging out with so many of them, mm-hmm, he said, "Do you want to be a member?" And I said, "Yes." And we became the 12th Division. Right. What happened was, as we formed in the 12th Division, I'm telling all my people, because some of my friends from my neighborhood also was going on that school, so I'm telling them what's going on, I'm going to be a Ghetto Brother, let's join, and Primo get arrested. Right. Because he was on parole. Right. You're not supposed to associate and all this shit. Right. And that whole thing, like, disappeared. Like, next thing we know, we no longer a division, this and that. Right. Now, I'm cool in the school, but some people already know, he was affiliated, especially the Javelins. I don't know, for one reason, man. I keep hearing a lot of story about the Javelins and the Ghetto Brothers. Like, you know, they got along. Listen, I didn't get along with the Javelins, and the Javelins didn't get along with us. Mm. And for what I heard afterwards, they had big shit with the 3rd Division, the 3rd chapter in Cleveland, and they devastated the fucking Javelins. Right. They even they took 7 jackets, they had it flying in the street. I mean, you know, so there's a history there. I don't know about the Lower East Side, I don't know about any other place, but they knew. I could see the tension was there, like they knew. As a matter of fact, years later, they chased a couple of my friends. They used to go to school there. They knew they were Ghetto Brothers, and they chased them. And I was like, why would they chase you? Because they know who I am. They definitely knew who I was. And they never chased me. They would look at me, but they never fuck with me.
Right.
Not to say I'm not bad, bro. I'm not that guy. But I always carry myself with a lot of pride.
And a lot of respect.
And a lot of respect.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't never really fuck with me. And I used to go to a lot of hooky parties, and they were all there.
Right.
But this is the funniest thing. We all wound up always at the same house party. As a matter of fact, I threw a birthday party in my house. Half of them was in my house. You know, so I guess we had that mutual respect. You know who you are, I know who you are. We won't fuck with each other.
Right.
They only attempted one time in a party that I went to, and that's because I got there before everybody else, all my friends. And all of a sudden I'm sitting in the sofa because I'm waiting for the party to start, and they all went and sat all around me, and they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them. I'm saying to myself, oh, it's like that now. Now I'm here only by myself with my other boy, Rafi. And your niggas is like trying to flex on me, you know?
Yeah.
But not too soon after that, the door rang. The birthday lady, which my boy's sister, opened the door, and here comes all my friends now. And I got up, I went over there, and I told them, yo, this is what's going on. And my friends was like, don't worry about it. Anything pops up, we gonna fucking throw them out.
Right.
And when they saw that I already had the backup, now they went to the other side of the room, and we was on this side of the room. We doing our thing, they doing their thing, and they didn't fuck with me. That was the only time.
Right.
Never had no words. All that time they were sitting there, they never say shit to me.
Right.
All they kept like looking at me like, yeah, I know who you are. You know, that kind of look. And I'm like, oh. How did
you end up becoming the president of the Ghetto Brothers 12th Division?
Well, what happened was, once that whole thing stopped, of course, I knew a couple of those members. There was Ghetto Brothers from all the division. They knew what was going on. They started coming down to Gerard Avenue. I'm from Gerard Avenue,
right.
165th Street, between 165th and McClellan. And that's where we used to hang out. We had a whole bunch of kids there. We all, we're all the same age, going to the same school. Some went to 22.
Right.
Some was in junior high school with me and Wade and stuff like that. So they started coming down. We started hooking up, and I kept telling them, I want to start this shit. I want to start, because don't ask me why. Since I came from Cuba, I always wanted to be in gangs, because my idea of New York was like that.
Right.
I got my ideas of how New York was from a movie called Angels with Dirty Faces, with the dead end kids,
right.
and James Cagney and Pat O'Brien.
Right.
It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies. And I thought that's how New York was, but of course that was in the 30s. New York was different. So little by little they said, well, just start it up. So we started up on our own.
Right.
So now we flying colors, we got the colors, Ghetto Brothers, we flying. I haven't met Benji. We doing our thing like we, like without no permission, we doing it.
Right.
And one day, our territory was Malali's Park.
Yeah.
They got a swimming pool there and all that shit. And it was autumn time, and we were walking down river, because that's not even river. We're walking down river from 161st, and I'm in the back with one of my friends, and there's like 4 of my members in the front, and we all flying colors. And all of a sudden we see this car come, parked, and cross the street, and stop my friends in the front, and they all looking at each other, and they, all the guys.
Right.
So we ran. Yo, what's up? And then they were like, who are you? I said, well, I'm the president of the division. He said, well, we Ghetto Brothers. We're from the 7th Division in Acton Avenue. He said, how come you're flying colors? I said, we Ghetto Brothers. We want to fly colors. He said, nah, we're not supposed to fly colors no more. Right. The message from headquarters is we not to fly colors. Where your club is at? So we told them, we got a club. At that time we had a club on Walton Avenue and 167th Street.
Right.
Said, well, we're gonna hit that way. Meet us over there. So we went over there. They invited us. They saw the club. They said, yo, you can't fly color, blah, blah, blah. Said, why don't you come? Because it was about time, I don't know if it was the Turkey Day,
Thanksgiving, yeah.
or Christmas. I think it was Thanksgiving.
Right.
He said, come down to our club. Our club is on 167th Street. No, not even 167. 166th Street and Acton Avenue. We got a storefront. Come up there. So when that day came, it was 4 of us. It was T, Mousy, I think Mike, and myself.
Right.
I believe that's who it was. We went up there. We walked in. We started meeting all the people. Primo, Big T, I think that's what they used to call him. He gave us an ounce of pot. He said, yo, this is yours. Smoke it up. We had a great time.
Right.
You know, that's when we really connected with the Ghetto Brothers. So now we really tight with them.
Right.
And they tight with us. We going back and forth in the club. We talking about shit. We don't got the colors. Why we not flying colors? Finally, I meet this guy. He was related somehow to Benji.
Right.
He used to live on 170th Street. And I met him through some other friends, and but me and him clicked out right away. We started talking, and we saw that we had the same kind of attitude, the same kind of personality. And he was telling me, I know Benji, I'm an old blah, blah, blah. So I said, you know what? Why don't you be the president? I said, you sure? I said, yeah, you be the president. Because, and let's go talk to Benji. Because he told me, let's go talk to Benji. So we went to Benji. Mm-hmm. He was so cool with Benji that I even got to go to Benji's house.
Right.
And through that whole conversation, that's how I became friends with Benji. Benji used to call me Cuba. Because when he told him, he's not Cuban, he's not Puerto Rican, he's Cuban. Because he thought I was Puerto Rican. He said, nah, I'm Cuban. And he was telling me all this shit about, I got some people up there in Jersey. I got a division up there. Half of them are all Cuban. So that's when I brought the whole thing to Benji. I said, yo, man, what's up with this shit? It can't fly colors, man. That's my pride. I want to fly colors. That's why we want to be in a gang. We want to have our colors. He said, nah, we trying to change. He was giving me all this thing, but I'm just listening to him going, oh, this shit sucks. And then he told me there's only one division that flying color right now that I gave him the permission. And I don't know what division, but I think that I remember he told me the 4th. Don't call me, I could be wrong because it's been many years.
Right.
Came back down to our place. Somehow we had a little situation with a couple members on the 7th division. They used to come in that club, and one day they were fucking around too much because they were a little older than us. We all like 16, shit like that. They already like 18, they started fucking around too much over there, and we threw them out. So they got mad that we threw them out. And one day while we wasn't there, they came in there and trashed the whole club. We come in, because we still going to school. These motherfuckers, they ain't going to school.
Right.
So we come in from school, we go in there, and the super, the owner of the super of the building, which was my girlfriend's father,
at the time,
he was telling me, yo, somebody came in here, look at what they did. And we looked and, so now we got shit with them. We don't want them in there. Somehow that word of what was going on came to Benji. And Benji came down. And I remember the day that Benji came down, as a matter of fact, that's when I met one of my, man, I wish I knew this guy's name. Me and him was like really tight, man. This was cool guy from the 7th division, but he was no joke. And he came down because he didn't know what was going on. And, we expecting them to come down and rumble with us. So we ready. And I'm like, when he came in, I remember I told him, yo, this is who I am. Are you coming down here to, we got any problems? Because, he looked at me and said, yo, first of all, let me just put you on. Let me get this shit straight. As far as I know, me and you don't have no problem. You want problems? I'm good for it. But I didn't came down here for that. I just came here because I heard and I wanted to come and see it and this. So I said, nah, I don't want no problems. So then we cool. And I remember we walked. He said, well, take a walk with me, man. Let's get to know each other. And we walked, man. And after that day, every day, whenever I seen him, fucking hugs, yo, you my boy. You know, real cool guy, man. Real sweet guy. He got stabbed one time. That's another story. He had an argument with somebody up in Upton, and the guy, a fucking junkie, and when he wasn't looking, the guy came, and when he called his name, he turned around, he stabbed him and opened him up.
Oh, wow.
The whole guts came out. They had to put it back together, got him in a taxi, and took him to Morrisania Hospital, which is right there. That's still part of our territory, more or less. And I remember they didn't want to let us in to find out what they were doing, how he was doing. And Big T was like, yo, we're going to fucking take over the fucking hospital. Well, they had cops in there and they didn't want to let us in. Because they knew, you know, it was all. So I remember we went inside there, but it was a melee. I mean, it was crazy. The fucking cops came, they had to throw us out. I mean, it was crazy. But thank God, he survived.
Right. I have a question. Like when you had your division, the 12th division, what was the ranks of your division?
Well, we had president, vice president, and warlord.
Okay.
But then we changed that to captain of security.
Okay.
So what happened was, I brought it down, put my boy, the guy that I told you, I can't remember his name, man. Shit, you know, so many years and so long ago. I can't remember his name, but I could see his face like if I'm looking at you.
Okay.
I made him president. I brought myself down to captain of security. You saw my ID card. Yeah. You know, it says captain of security. And my boy Mike, put him as a vice president. It's another story.
Right.
But, you know, it's funny because really the two people that was really like, you know, running the whole shit, you could say,
right.
It was me and my president.
Right.
You know, we were the one, every time there was a meeting or whatever, we the one that used to go to all those meetings. We the ones that used to go down to see Benji and headquarters. You know, we were the ones. Everybody else was doing themselves, you know, hanging out, smoking pot, listening to music, you know, fucking around in the neighborhood. The seven used to come, where every time they came, who they hang out was me and my boy Ivan, you know, and shit like that. You know, they were like separate.
Right. Did you guys have rules and regulations?
Our regulation was, we treat, because we had a lot of girls. We had, you know.
Yeah, ghetto sisters.
Ghetto sisters in there. And they all used to hang out in the club. And our rules is, you don't disrespect the girls. And you treat your brothers like a brother. Which that even went beyond the rules. It was a known thing. Again, we all grew up together.
Right.
And even the ones that came from Woody Crest or whatever they came, because we had a whole bunch of group coming from different neighborhoods besides what we used to call the Gerard Boys.
Okay, so that was the name.
Gerard Boy was the core.
So that was basically the name for the 12th Division, the Gerard Boys.
Yeah, because we all hanged out on 165th Street and Gerard Avenue.
Right.
I wish I had the photo. I have a photo. We all in the Lamport. You see 161st and one Gerard Avenue. And we all hanging out all the way in the top and shit. So we call ourselves the Gerard Boys because that's the core.
Right.
Whether you came from another neighborhood, you know, a little further, you were still part of the Gerard Boys.
Right.
So the rules was like, without saying, you don't fuck with your brothers, you don't steal from your brothers, and we all party together.
Right.
Somebody got a problem, we all got a problem.
Yep.
You know, so that was like a model. You know, we had some situations, we had to go kick ass sometimes, you know, but it was all of us.
Right.
You know, as a matter of fact, the guy, safe now, we left that club on Walton Avenue because that family decided they wanted to move to Junkers.
Okay.
And my girlfriend, you know, and I went to visit them a couple times, but you know, fucking Junkers, huh?
Yeah, that's a whole nother atmosphere.
For us, it was like upstate somewhere. So we met this guy that used to hang out in the neighborhood a lot. I used to know his name. I told you the name last time. It was a Jimmy or what was it? Jim. I can't remember his name.
So what made you guys turn to the third division?
So that's what I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
So now he lives on 165th between Walton and Grand Concourse. He was always dressed as an outlaw, and he was hanging out with one guy that was brother, because he was older.
Right.
He was already in 20-somethings, close to 30.
Right.
And he was hanging out with one of my members' brother, and he wanted to be part of us because we were all,
Right.
So one day we tried to have a club. We got a club on Gerard Avenue in a basement, but they threw us out. He didn't want to. The landlord, Rudy, his name was Rudy. He used to run the whole fucking thing. He didn't want us in there. Yo niggas making too much shit. You. One day we almost burned the shit down, making Molotov cocktails, and he said, "No, your nigga gotta get that. You gonna burn my whole shit down." So, what was his name? He told us, "Listen, hang out in my apartment. Let's make my apartment." He used to be in the third floor. Yeah, a huge fucking apartment, man. Huge. That became a club. The 24 would come and visit us because I knew the 24. I knew Twist before he got killed.
Right.
Then I knew Wild Man. I got to meet Angel.
Right.
I met a whole bunch of members of the Savage Code 24 because they used to come to the swimming pool, Malalis, and we were always there. I know for a fact, Wild Man and this other guy who became real tight with me was always trying to convince me, yo, man, come down with us, man. Be down with us, man. You more like us than the Ghetto Brothers. Be down with us. You cool, man. Come down. And I was like, yo, man, I'm not leaving the Ghetto Brothers, man. I've been in Ghetto Brothers all this time. I love being a Ghetto Brother.
Right.
We in there. One day we go well, by this time I'm pissed. Because like I told Benji, yo, what's going on? I want to fly color. You can't fly color. No. What we're going to do, we're going to have ID. Okay, fuck it. We got all of us got ID. But Big T told me, he said, yo, Armando, I feel you. I know exactly what you say. Well, Cisco, Cisco, I feel you. I know exactly what you're going through. This is what we're going to do. Because some of the members there was wearing berets.
Right.
Black berets. Yeah, and some of them had that red star. Listen,
right.
I'm Cuban. That black and red star shit, that Che Guevara shit. I didn't go for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because Che was with Castro.
Home, if I show up in my house with a black beret and a red star in my father would have fucking killed me.
Yeah, that's that communist thing.
Yeah, so, I wasn't down with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Big T said, listen, what we're going to do, we all going to get, the males going to get red berets, and we're going to put in white letters GB. And for the girls, we're going to get white berets.
GS.
And red letters GS. That's what we did. Mm-hmm. If you see my ID, I got my berets and all that.
So
that's how we started flying our colors, because Benji didn't want us to fly the colors. One day, we making meetings, we doing all this, we going to police station, getting together with band, Angel,
Third World.
Because one day the Third World, there was an organization called the Third World, and their job, I don't know if they were affiliated with the cops, but their job was to try to get all the gangs to come together and come to agreement. Any beef, try to resolve it, try to make peace. There will be no violence. Yeah, of course. Right. There's always some shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always some asshole from us or from them or whatever. There's always. But we were making all those meetings. One day we in Benji's in headquarters, and Benji goes to us, man, I know you're the 12th division, but I was thinking you should become the third. So we don't have a third. You should become the third. Looking at them, I'm like, Said, yeah, because, you know what happened to the third. And I said, yeah, I know a couple of the people from Clement. I know the whole story. He said, yeah, so you're going to become the third. So fuck it. Now we're the third division. We're no longer the 12th. We're the third.
Right. The
So
Hellified Third.
we started calling ourselves the Hellified Thirds, you know? So as a matter of fact, I had this hat. But I was still dressing outlaw, yo. I still had my MC boots, you know?
Let's see.
I had my MC boots with the fucking,
The spurs.
The curve. No, I had the dog, the middle
All for
dog
the
collar.
yeah.
You know, my bandana always tied around my pants. You know, I was still doing all that shit because that's what I would like. That was my whole idea of what it is.
That was it, to be an outlaw.
Yeah. Exactly. Be what we call an outlaw. See, everything we did
was outlaw down.
It was a style that we got from the Hells Angels. That was the most influential thing that influenced all the gangs in New York City. I hate when I hear somebody, we were all outlaw, because that was the style, dressing like that. The
outlaw down,
angel dressed like that. But what I hated the most, like when I became a Savage Code later on, I remember the vice president of the 24th Division telling me, because we all 1%, and I kept looking at him like, there's no such thing as a 1% in street gangs.
Nope.
1% is a motorcycle thing, and all it means is we the 1% that don't comply to the rules of the law.
Yep.
That's all it is. So this nigga, to demonstrate that he was a white percenter, one day we walking down Morris Avenue, we were going to go see Comanche and his division, and we walking down, and he saw a cat eating cat food in the floor. He said, I'm going to show you what a real 1% and a real outlaw is. And he went in there and chased the cat and took the food and ate him. And I'm looking at him and I'm looking at Wild Man looking at me like, like what that look like. Leave him alone. It's crazy. Yeah, see, this is what it is. You should eat. I'm gonna look down, nigga. I don't eat shit from the floor. That don't make me a fucking outlaw.
Yeah,
that makes you stupid.
I've heard stories of guys drinking gasoline from their boots. But I heard a lot of Savage Codes did that.
Yeah, stupid shit. Because all we did when I was in the school with Wild Man, because about this time Angel had left to Pennsylvania, and Angel Wild Man was running it because he was the prize, so he was running it. All we were doing was hanging out in front of the liquor store, asking quarters, so we could buy a bottle of Wild Irish Rose or MD 2020. Most likely MD 2020. It used to cost
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah, Mad Dog 2020, which used to cost mainly probably $1 or 99 cents. So that's what we did. We would fucking all the time getting drunk on that shit. Once in a while some pot, but that's all we did. Hang out and get drunk. So what happened was we became the 3rd Division. Everything was going smooth. We still tight with the 7th Division. These boys came down. They wanted to start a division on 170th Street in Morris Avenue, right behind Taft High School.
Yep.
And they came down to us and said, yo, could we have permission to do this? I said, well, listen, as far as we know, you're good. You could do that.
Right.
Let me go and ask, we still got to go and,
ask Benji,
get permission. We went to Benji. Benji said, you know those cats? I said, yeah, bro, they've been hanging out with us, but they want their own little thing. Said, give them to them. I don't know if it became
the 13th Division.
So but they were always with us.
Right.
Then we have one of my member, Porky. We used to call him Porky. He used to go to aviation. He was smart, white boy.
Aviation in Queens, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Aviation High School. It's in a.
They have it in Queens.
Yeah, well, I don't know where it was at. But this time I'm going to high school, but I'm graduating from Humboldt.
Right.
So he comes. He say, yo, I got this friend from 90 something street, 96th Street or something like that, and they want to start their own division. They want to be down with us. They want to start their own division. We should go down there and talk to them. Fine.
So that would have been the 3rd Division out there, right?
I don't know. I know we went there. We met them. We sat down because they're not too far from Central Park. We sat down there. They told us some other gang. I don't remember what gang, but they were a little further, more to the west.
Right.
And we said, yeah, you want to start it? Start it up. You know.
Right.
We were cool. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they become a division or what, because after a while, I was doing my thing. I left that shit alone. You deal with it. I don't know what happened, if they actually form or what the fuck. I don't know.
Right.
I was doing my thing. And after the 3rd Division, one day the word came down, my press came down and said, yo, they want to change our standings again. What do you mean? I said, yeah. Because by this time now, it's like mid-70s, shit is cooling down a little bit. Still got gangs all around. We just now, by this time, we not having no static with anybody. We cool with everybody. We cool with the Skulls. We cool with the Wild Bunch. We cool with the Spades. They came one day running down. Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? Because at first we thought it was a gang coming down to fuck with us. And, people were coming down. But then when they got closer, we saw with the Spades. I think they were coming out of from 138th Street, or I don't know where they were coming. But they were coming. They were just, they used to do rolls. Who, yo, we Ghetto Brothers. No problem. We all, what's up? What's your name? So we were cool. We didn't have no static with anybody.
Right.
Except for the Javelins.
Right.
And the Screaming Phantoms, there was always that little tension there.
Right.
And the Javelins was right there on Mount Eden.
That was the 5th Division.
Walton Avenue.
Yeah, that was 5th Division, yeah.
So, and they knew, because we used to walk up that way. Like when we go to Fordham, we used to walk down Concourse,
right.
And have our barrettes and everything. Never had no static, but, we knew there was a little tension there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden we become 1-8, Division 1-8. We still got some of the 7th Division hanging out, but this time the 7th Division is sort of like fizzling out.
Oh, they were phasing out?
Yeah, they were phasing out. So there were more hanging out with us. Some, not all of them, but
some, yeah.
Some of them was now hanging out because they liked it, our girls, so they were coming down. And we had Malali's Park, and we had Joyce Kilmer Park.
Right.
We there was a lot of shit going on in
so
that
basically,
neighborhood.
So basically, when you started, when you became president of the 12, then the 3rd, then Division 1A. Yeah, Division 1A, you had a big division.
Yeah, we were